A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of our new season 2023 of Design Meetup, powered by IxDF Kerala and co-sponsored by Experion Technologies.
So, the aesthetic of design. Uh, Talking about it, uh, color play a significant role in aesthetic of design, uh, including graphic design, fashion design, interface design, and product design. The aesthetic of color refers to visual quality and effect of that color products, uh, including the appeal, beauty, harmony, balance, contrast, and symbolism. Color aesthetic are subjective and culturally specific. They can evoke different emotions, mood, and meaning in different people and context. Understanding the aesthetic of color is crucial for designers to create effective and successful designs that communicate the intended message, engaging the audience and achieve their desired goal. In this presentation, we will explore the aesthetic of colors uh, in context of UI design and how a designers can use color to enhance the aesthetic appeal, usability, and user experience of digital product. So, why is color important in UI design? Color are really important in UI design because they have a huge impact on how people feel and interact with digital products. They are not just there to look pretty. Color can be used to communicate things like whether a button can be clicked or not, or which part of the website belong together. They can also make a product look consistent with a brand, which is important to create a recognizable identity. Color can even make people feel a certain way, like happy or calm. We designers can even use colors to help people use a product more easily or by guiding their eyes to important information or making things stand out. All of these things add up to create an overall user experience that is pleasant and easy to use. Color wheel. The color wheel is a critical the color wheel is a circular chart that shows the relationship between different colors. It's made up of 12 colors with three primary color, red, blue, and green, yellow, and evenly spaced around the wheel. Um, this color can't be made by mixing other colors together. Next to each primary colors, there are two secondary colors which are made by mixing two primary colors together. For example, mixing red and yellow creates orange, and mixing blue and yellow creates green. There are six tertiary color which are made by mixing primary color with a secondary color. Uh, the color wheel is used by designers to create color harmony, which are combination of colors that work well together. The most common color harmony include complementary color, which are opposite each other or on a wheel, analog color, which are next to each other on the wheel, and triadic color, which are evenly spaced apart on the wheel. Using the color wheel and the color harmony, we can choose color that work well together to create a visually appealing and effective design. Color schemes. Mm, A color scheme is a selection of colors that are used in a design or an artwork. Yeah. Different color scheme can evoke different emotion, mood, and visual effects, and they can be created using various methods, such as color wheel, color theory, personal preference. Uh, yeah, there are many type of color schemes like monochromatic, analogous, complementary, and so on. Each type of color schemes has its own unique characteristics, advantages, and challenges. We often use color scheme to create a cohesive and visually pleasing design while also conveying a specific message or mood. Now let's take a look at mostly used color schemes. Monochromatic color scheme. In monochromatic color scheme, it is like monochromatic color scheme is when a designer use different shade, tint, or tone of colors of same color in a design. So for example, if we choose the color blue, the color might choose light blue, sky blue, navy blue, and so on. Like you can see in this image, we only use blue in this image, and they created an image with that. This type of color scheme can create a sense of harmony in a design because all the color are closely related, and it can also create a calming or smoothing effect. If softer shades are used on like on a if softer shades are used on other hand, it can sometimes be less visually interesting than other color schemes because there are less contrast between the colors. We often use monochromatic color schemes in branding and marketing materials because it can create a consistent and cohesive look and feel. It can also be used in web and app design, where too many color can be overwhelming and make it difficult to see the important information. Analog color. Analogous color scheme that are used that use the color that are adjacent to each other on the color wheel. For example, a designer might use the shades of green, and yellow in a design. Using analog color scheme can create a sense of harmony and cohesion in a design, as the color are closely related, and it can also be visually appealing because the color are similar enough to work well together, but different enough to create an interest in the user. One thing to keep in mind when using analogous color scheme is that it can sometimes lack contrast. To avoid this, we can use variations in texture, pattern, and shape to create a visual interest in the design. Analogous color schemes are commonly used in branding, marketing materials, and web and app design because they can create a consistent and harmonious look and feel. They can also be used in creating a mood or emotion in a design, as a certain analogous color scheme can evoke certain feelings or association. For example, warm analogous color like red, orange, and yellow can create a sense of energy and excitement, while cool color analogous color scheme like blue, green, and purple can create a sense of calmness and relaxation. Uh, like you can see in this image, we use this color. Next is complementary color scheme. A complementary color scheme is a color scheme that use two different colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel. For example, a designer like us, we use blue and orange or purple and yellow in a design, just like you see in this image. Using a complementary color in a design can create a strong visual impact and sense of contrast because the color are opposite each other on the color wheel. This type of color scheme can be visually striking and eye-catching, making it good choice for marketing materials or designs that needs to be stand out. However, using complementary colors in a design can also be challenging because the color can clash. Like the color can clash if not used carefully. We need to ensure that the colors are balanced and used in right proportion to avoid the overwhelming of the viewers. It's also important to use complementary colors in a way that complements the overall design rather than the directing from it. Complementary color schemes are oftenly used in branding, advertisement, web design, because they can create a bold and memorable impression. They can also be used to create a sense of energy or excitement in a design. Color psychology. Color psychology is a study of how a color can affect human behavior, emotion, and decision making. It's about understanding the impact that the different color can have on our mind and bodies. For example, some color can make us feel calm, relaxed, while other can make us feel energized or excited. Some color can even affect our attention span and productivity. By studying color psychology, we can create a design that resonate with their targeted audience and evoke the desired emotion or behaviors. Um, we can use the color strategy to influence the user perception um, like and enhance the overall user experience. Uh, So you guys might be thinking how to apply color theory in a UI design. Well, it's easy by following these simple steps like brand identity, accessibility, hierarchy and contrast, and mood and emotions. So let's take a look. Uh, so let's take a look. What's brand identity? Uh, in brand identity, color play a critical role in reinforcing a brand identity and creating a consistent visual experience across different platforms and touchpoints. We designers carefully select primary and secondary colors, typography, image that represent the brand's personality and visuals uh, and values. Sorry. This visual element work together to create a unique look and feel that distinguish the brand from its competitors. By using consistent visual elements across all touchpoints, including website, social media platform, marketing materials, brand can reinforce their identity and build brand recognition. This create a cohesive and memorable experience for users, which help us to trust their loyalty with a brand. Uh, yeah. mm. Overall, the use of color in brand identity design is crucial for creating a strong and memorable visual uh, presence and resonates with their targeted audience. So what's accessibility? Uh, we also use color to ensure the interface is accessible to all users, including those with visual impairments. This involved carefully considering of color contrast, brightness, and saturation, which can greatly impact a user's ability to perceive and navigate the interface. For example, the individual with color vision deficiency may have a difficulty distinguishing between the color that are too similar in hue or saturation. To address this issue, we use techniques such as high color contrast or color combinations that are easily distinguishable. They might also use alternative method to convey the information, such as using icons, uh, labels that are clear and easy to understand. Uh, just like you see in this image, you can't read this because the color contrast is less. Yeah. So the overall, the use of color in UI design should be prioritized accessibility, ensure that the interface is usable and understandable by all users, regarding of their visual ability. By taking accessibility into account, we can create an interface that are inclusive and user friendly for everyone. So what's hierarchy and contrast? Color is also used in UI design to create a visual hierarchy that guide the user attention and improve readability. We designers use foreground and background color to create a contrast and distinguish between different elements, such as text, button, or and icon. This help user navigate the interface and understand the relationship between different elements. For example, we might use a different color scheme such as red or orange to draw attention to a call to action button or important message. We might also use neutral and muted color for background element to create a sense of hierarchy and allow the foreground element to stand out. Additionally, color can be used to improve readability and make text more legible. We designers might use a high contrast color scheme such as black text on a white background to make the text stand out and ensure that it's easy to read. So the use of color to create a visual hierarchy and guide user attention is an essential aspect of UI design. By carefully selecting foreground and background color and using the color contrast to distinguish between different elements, we can create an interface that are easy to navigate and understand the user. Uh, Mood and emotions. Yeah. So color is also used in UI design to create a specific mood or emotion in interface and establish a connection with the user. We designers select color palettes based on product's tone, personality, and audience to evoke a specific emotion that create a desired user experience. For example, warm colors such as red and orange can create a sense of energy and urgency. Yeah. While while cool color such as blue and green can create a sense of calmness and relaxation. Uh, Color can also be used to establish a connection with the user and reinforce a product's identity. For example, a social media platform might use a specific color scheme, such as Facebook. Facebook's blue and white, uh, like to create a sense of familiarity and consistency across different touch points. Additionally, we might use colors to create a sense of playfulness, excitement, or soft, like or sophistication, depending on the product's brand and targeted audience. Uh, Overall, the use of color create a specific mood or emotion in the interface is an important aspect of UI design. By creating color, by carefully selecting the color palettes that align with the product's tone, personality, and audience, we can create an interface that evoke desired emotion and establish a connection with the user. So if you ask me what's the best practice of using color in UI design, I would say that say to keep the color consistent, use them in context of product's purpose, and use them to improve usability. So what's consistency? Consistency is crucial in UI design, and color play a significant role in creating a cohesive and unfilled design. To maintain a consistent color scheme across different elements of interface, we use style guide and design system. These tools provide guideline and rules for using color in different parts of interface, ensuring that the colors used are consistent and harmonious. For example, a style guide might specify primary and secondary color palettes, color combination for different elements, and guidelines for using color to create a hierarchy and contrast. A design system might go further and provide predefined color switches, styles, and components that can be used across different screen and platform, ensuring that design remain consistent. By maintaining a consistent color scheme, we can create a sense of harmony and unity in interface, which can improve the user experience, and make the product more memorable and recognizable. Like you can see in this image, it's a Spotify screenshot. So they use the color green to as a they use the color green in the entire screen to maintain its consistency. Whereas here you can see that it's not consistent. Like here it's green, white, and yellow. So it's not consistent and it does not look good. So context. Just give me a second. Context. In UI design, color is not used to isolate, not used in isolation, but in context of product's purpose, like audience and like product purpose, audience and industry. We need to consider these factors while selecting color scheme to ensure that the design is effective and appropriate. For example, a healthcare app might use a calm color palette such as blue or green to create a sense of trust and relaxation in the user. A gaming app, on the other hand, might use a bold and vibrant color to create a sense of excitement and energy. It's also important to remember that we also need to consider the cultural and regional color preference when selecting color schemes. Different culture have different associations with the color, and what might be appropriate and what might be appropriate and effective in one culture might not be in another. For example, in Western culture, white is associated with purity and innocence, while in some Asian culture, it is associated with mourning and death. By considering the product's purpose, audience, industry, and cultural and regional color preference, we can select color schemes that are effective and appropriate, creating a design that resonate with the users to achieve the product's goal. So usability. Color play a crucial role in improving the usability of a UI design. making it easier for users to navigate and interact with the interface. We designers can use color to highlight important information such as call to action, navigation button, and links, making them stand out and easy to find. For example, we might use bright contrasting color for a sign up button to encourage the user to take action. Color can also be used to provide feedback and indicate errors. Uh, for instance, a form might turn red when the user enter an invalid information or a password, and that does not meet requirement. Just like you see on the screen, if we use green to indicate that that's not appropriate, right? So this helps the user quickly identify and correct error, improving their experience. However, it's important to use color judiciously to avoid overwhelming of user and the overwhelming the user or creating confusion. Uh, like too many color or inconsistent use of color can create a cluttered or confusing interface, like making it difficult for the user to navigate and interact with the product. Overall, overall, the use of color is important, uh, and im- that it improve the usability, and it can lead to a more effective and user-friendly UI design, helping the user achieving their goals and enhancing their overall experience. So 60-30 rule. Like the 60-30 rule in UI design is a guideline used by us to create a balanced color palette or for our design. Uh, it suggests that we should use a dominating color 60%, a secondary color 30%, and an accent color 10% in our design. In which the dominating color is the main color of interface, such as background color. The secondary color is used to support the dominating color and the additional interest or to the design. And the accent color is used specifically to draw attention to a specific element, such as button or call to action button. And this rule help to create a balanced and harmonious color scheme for a UI design, and allow us to use different color effectively without creating a chaotic or overwhelming visual experience for the user. Uh, as you can see in this image, they used white 60%, brown 30, and the brand color orange 10% for a call to action button. Yeah, by this I'm concluding my presentation. So I would like to thank everyone for your valuable time and participation on this application of color theory in UI design. I hope it was informative, and thank you.